So this is going to be an update video. Last time I checked in, I had discovered that my fat to protein ratio was not correct. I optimized that ratio by following a 1.5 to 1 fat to non-fat macro ratio. So 1.5 stands for the amount of fat I need to consume for every 1 gram of protein plus carbs. So that seemed to really give me consistent ketone levels plus a consistent level of feeling good. But unfortunately, sometimes it's not as simple as that. So after adjusting that, I've discovered some other things. But honestly, that was a really good start, because then that was one variable that I could keep constant while adjusting other things. Since the beginning, I had dairy products in my diet, the main being butter. So initially I was eating a little bit of yogurt. I cut that out completely. I actually never fully included cheese products, because on a few occasions when I tried to include them after the elimination period was done and I was trying to include some products, cheese never worked well for me. Even though there were other variables that were kind of complicating the picture at the moment, but I kind of knew intuitively that I didn't feel that great the day and the next day or shortly after eating cheese. I was still consuming butter pretty much on a daily basis, because that was a really good way for me to get fat. So this is what happened. After I stabilized my ketone levels and started feeling confident that my macros were optimal for me, I still had some symptoms of feeling kind of fatigued a little bit, still kind of more like a physical fatigue than a mental fatigue. My brain fog never returned, thankfully. So I took another good look at my food consumptions. I'm still reading Georgia Eats' book, and she talks about how dairy is very problematic, and butter too can cause problems, because many people with dairy intolerance, they're not just intolerant to the lactose, they're intolerant to the casein protein and the dairy. I decided to take it out. So I took out butter, just started having plain coffee. To replace butter for the fat content, I started consuming more coconut cream and olives. I started snacking on olives in the evening to replace that. And very quickly, in a few days, the symptoms resolved. Basically that like physical heaviness, like as if something was weighing me down, that feeling went away. I also realized my mind is much more quiet, and I don't have the same feeling of overwhelm due to having like too many thoughts at once, and like racing thoughts, spinning thoughts, like kind of thinking about too many things all at once, to the point of paralysis almost. Yeah, that tells me that I was actually quite sensitive to dairy products, including butter. Since then, I tried ghee. I tried it in my coffee once, and I unfortunately got that same kind of being weighed down feeling. But it seems to be okay if I just put like a teaspoon of it on the pan if I'm cooking eggs or something. That seems to be fine. Yeah, these are the main updates, just lots of adjustments that I had to make. I had also excluded nuts from my diet around the same time as I excluded all dairy products except for butter. So I haven't actually done an experiment where I tried to bring back nuts, but I'm a little bit reluctant because of what I know about it and how complicated it is for people experiencing mental health symptoms. And I don't seem to be needing it at the moment. I seem to be hitting my targets with eating olives and adding coconut cream as a topping for like a raspberry or strawberry snack. Yeah, I guess the summary is having your ketone levels optimized is a big part of this journey, because then that's like one variable you can keep constant while figuring out what might be causing your other issues. And then typically this whole thing of like healing with food and nutrition requires eliminating some foods that are problematic. You have to go step by step. You have to experiment on yourself. You have to kind of be like a scientist. Yeah, sometimes you'll discover things that you've never suspected, and then sometimes you'll just confirm some of your intuitions about what might be causing problems. Thanks for watching.